Hello everyone, welcome back to Impressionable Gaming. My name is Jared, and today I wanted to do something a little bit different. I wanted to just have a raw video, me talking to you straight to the camera, mainly just because I wanted to switch things up a little bit. It's been a while since I've done a game review, and I just wanted to click record and start talking. There's a lot of YouTubers that do this kind of video format, and I wanted to give it a shot, see how it went. So let me know in the comments what you think of this style of video, and maybe I'll do more videos such as this. It's my first time, and there's no script, so please bear with me here. So, we will be reviewing Armored Core 6. I finished the game a while back. I'm a little bit late to the party. I have a few notes here of some of the pros and the cons that I wanted to talk about, and mainly just give you a full-on review. Right off the bat, I wanted to go ahead and say that Armored Core 6 is a good game. It is a very good game. I definitely think that it is worthy of praise, and that anybody who is slightly interested in it, definitely give it a shot. I think you would enjoy it. It is very much worth the cost. So, why is it a good game? Starting with my score, personally, just cut right to the chase, I am giving this game an 8 out of 10. Starting with some of the pros, I have my notes here. We will be talking firstly about gameplay. The gameplay is amazing. It's very snappy, very smooth. It takes a little bit to get used to just with the controls, but I mean, that's just any new game pretty much. But it doesn't take you very long before you realize how it works, and it is very fluent, it's very responsive, and it's very enjoyable. Zooming around the field, taking out every enemy you come across in an instant, blowing them up and taking them down with all kinds of giant weapons and whatnot is very enjoyable. Each mission is a blast to zoom through. And yeah, it's just an all-around very fun time. You could really tell that From Software wanted to focus on the gameplay. That is the central focus of this game. And it was interesting to see them branch out from, or not branch out, but more or less return to a franchise that they hadn't touched in a while. Because they had done a ton of Armored Core games. Obviously, this is the 6th installment. They had done a ton of Armored Cores in the past, and now they're revisiting it. So it's interesting. Most people know From Software for their Souls games. They had redefined gaming and created a new genre with Souls-like games ever since Dark Souls 1 came out, you know, followed by the rest of that, and Bloodborne and Sekiro, and most recently Elden Ring. And yeah, it's really cool to see them branch out into something new, and I thought that was very, very nice. So as far as the gameplay is concerned, it's very enjoyable. They really pulled out all the stops for this one. Secondly, I wanted to talk about the musical score. It was very good. I mean, we already know that the composition of the songs and OSTs in the From Software games are already phenomenal, and just hearing it blast through your headphones while you're zooming around and taking out enemies in combat is very nice. The musical score is very well done. Graphics and art direction. The graphics are phenomenal. It is a beautiful game. It looks amazing. The attention to detail is second to none. Again, From Software with their art direction really made it pop, really made every small detail on your Gundam look amazing. The explosions and everything lighting up the screen is very, very beautiful. I didn't really have any performance issues. I don't know if there's anyone out there that really has any bad performance issues. Ugh, I'm having a performance issue with my mouth right now. But it looks beautiful, and it plays beautiful. And it's altogether great in that regard. Customizability. With your mechs, there is a plethora of armor pieces, all the way from your torso to your legs, to your arms, to your head, to the weapons that you have on your back and that you have equipped on your hands, as well as like microchips or whatever that you put in your mech to customize its stats in different ways. There is a huge list of options that you could use for your mech to either be quick and nimble and fast and speedy and dexterous, Or you could be a heavy set tank that can take a lot of damage and also deal a lot of damage. That's personally what I went with, and we'll talk more about that later. But customizability is great. There's a ton of options for you to mess around with and make your dream Gundam, basically. Moving on to number 5. It's something that I can't really weigh in on, but it's the multiplayer. I didn't play any multiplayer personally. This is mainly focused on the story, the campaign of the game. I didn't really play any of the multiplayer, but I have only heard good things about this multiplayer. I've seen it played, and it looks like fun. I was more focused on finishing the game and trying to get a review done of some sort, and now here I am like a month later after I finished it. I don't know, I'd have to look. The multiplayer, I feel like it needs to be included in this review even a little bit. Even though I didn't play it, I've heard only good things about it. A lot of people talk very highly of it, so I figured I might as well put that in there. If you disagree with me, then definitely let me hear about it in the comments. I'm sure you will. That is pretty much going to cover all of the pros. As far as the cons are concerned, starting, we will talk about the story. Now, the story is passable. It's not the worst story that there's ever been. It's kind of lackluster. They made it, you could kind of tell that they were so focused on gameplay, which is fine. It's totally fine. They were focused on gameplay. They wanted to, it seemed to me like they wanted to make a story that just fits the bill. It accomplished what it set out to do. And it's just simple. It gets the job done, which is nice, depending on who you ask. But as far as gripping or super exciting, in my opinion, I don't really think the story was that great. It did what it needed to do, like I had said, but I don't think that it was very memorable at all. I don't really remember too much of what it was about, other than that there were warring factions of mech users that were fighting over a substance known as coral. That this planet that they're on, Rubicon, was loaded with. And some people wanted to protect the coral, and some wanted to destroy it, something like that. That's pretty much it. You're going through the story, you're building your reputation by just completing missions for different factions. All in all, I don't remember too much of the characters or anything like that. It didn't really have much of an impact on me, which is fine. Again, their focus was the gameplay, and they delivered more than enough in that regard. But the story, in my opinion, was kind of non-existent. Secondly, the weapons, in my opinion, are not balanced at all. There is no weapon balance. In fact, there is so little weapon balance that once you unlock the dual Gatling guns, there's no reason to ever choose any other weapon. Now, I'm sure there's a lot of people that would disagree with that, but in my opinion, the best build is full-on tank with dual Gatling guns. It just kind of trivializes everything in the game. That there's really no reason to choose any other weapon other than aesthetic purposes. Which brings me to my next point. Most bosses are a joke if you optimize your build. Now, if you're, again, playing a quick, nimble guy, which I did not, I tried it. I tried being a quick, nimble guy. It didn't really work out. I got absolutely destroyed. Maybe call it a skill issue, or maybe call it bad balancing. I did struggle with a number of bosses. There were times where I did have a little bit of an issue, and there were times where I was getting pretty fed up with it. But all in all, it didn't take me too long to beat any of the bosses. Like, when compared to other Souls games or games that are meant to be difficult or whatever, by From Software, other installments, I never spent more than maybe an hour, maybe an hour and a half on a boss at most. I feel like that's already being generous. But in terms of optimizing your build, you kind of plow right through it. It's kind of funny. Number 4, I am personally not into mechs. Now, I don't know if that should really weigh in on my thoughts on the game. I think it should have a personal... I'll put it this way. I give this game an 8 out of 10. It is an objectively good game. If you are a mech person, if you're into Gundams or mechs or anything like that, it could easily be a 9 or maybe even a 10 for you. So if you're into mechs, don't tell me about it. Go get the game. Go try it. Definitely recommend it for you. I think there is something that should be said in the fact that I may not be into mechs, but I still enjoyed the game. But I still think that will have that will reflect on the score just a little bit from my own personal opinion. It is just purely personal for me. Lastly, I wanted to talk about a lack of replayability. I finished the game. I beat it. Could I see myself going back and playing it in the future? Maybe, but more than likely not. I probably wouldn't. Personally, like, I don't really, again, this goes back to my last point, I'm personally not into mechs. Maybe there are some of you out there that would love to replay it 4 or 5 different times. I personally don't think there is much replayability at all. I'm done with it. It's probably going to stay on the shelf forever now. I do think that plays a factor in a game being a 10 out of 10. For example, you have games like Minecraft and Fortnite. Objectively, Fortnite and Minecraft are considered to be 10 out of 10 games, I would say, because they've managed to captivate an audience for years at this point, especially Minecraft. It's available to most demographics of people. Most people know what Minecraft is and stuff like that. So I comparing it to greats and stuff, it's very hard to hit a 10 out of 10 in my opinion. So back all that up. First off, the pros. Gameplay, smooth, engaging, very quick, very fast, very enjoyable and snappy. Secondly, musical score. I think the music is very good. It really immerses you in the world while you're blowing stuff up. The audio is very, very good. Thirdly, graphics and art direction, great, beautiful game. Loved it. Attention to detail is phenomenal. Fourth, customizability. You can make pretty much any kind of mech that you could possibly imagine. 5, I'd heard only good things about the multiplayer. The multiplayer is apparently really, really good. I do think that there should be something said about that, even though I didn't play it. As far as the cons, the story is a bit lackluster. The weapons are not balanced, really. Most bosses are a joke if you optimize your build. I'm personally not into mechs, and there's a lack of replayability. But that'll just about wrap up this video, guys. I know that it's a bit of a longer video, a bit long-winded. I've been rambling quite a bit. But again, this is my first time making a video like this. I'll only get better at it. Thank you guys for listening. I really appreciate it. In conclusion, we give this game Armored Core 6 Fires of Rubicon an 8 out of 10. Definitely pick it up. I definitely recommend it. I think it is more than worth your money. So, let me know in the comments what you guys think about the review, what you guys think about this format, me just sitting here talking to the camera. If you enjoyed it, please let me know in the comments, leave a like, and subscribe for more, guys. Thank you so much, and I'll see you all next time. Take care, everyone.